What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, my good people. You are welcome back to this channel. If today is your first time on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, okay? Because I'm going to be uploading amazing stuffs. I am going to be uploading amazing stuff. So kindly hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my tutorials. Good. So like I promised you guys on my Instagram channel, if you don't follow me on Instagram, kindly go check on me at Trade with Dr. Candles on Instagram, IG at Trade with Dr. Candles. Yeah, those following me on Instagram, you will notice for the past few days I've been updating you on Euro USD back to back. I have made that pair back to back. I've been giving you setups and results one way or the other. Some people even took advantage of it. Yeah. So I promise you guys I'm going to share it with you how I did it with my bank trading strategy. Nothing else, strictly bank trading strategy, how I did it with my students. They are doing amazing well, just like I'm also doing. I hope you understand me. So you can also join us and learn how to trade like the big banks. So today I'm going to share these free tutorials for you to also take advantage. If you are still struggling in the forex business, maybe this might enlighten you a bit or even change your life, change your forex life. Yeah, so without wasting much time, let's hop in. Yeah, so this is Euro USD 1 hour time frame. So maybe I may be switching on to different time frames. For now, this is Euro USD 1 hour time frame. When I switch on to the, let's say, 4 hour time frame, you can see how it is. But for now, let me go back to 1 hour time frame. I want to show you how I take some of my trades. Yeah, so usually I don't joke with trend lines. Trend lines help me. Trend lines support and resistance, they help me with my structure. I usually consider structure before I enter into the market. So trend line can just simplify a whole structure for you. You understand? So for instance, taking this trend line into consideration, you realize that after the breakthrough of this trend line, you can consider that market has broken through a structure. Hence, market is now moving from the downside to the upside. Since it is going to the upside, it's going to be creating higher high and then higher lows. I hope you understand me. So all you'll be looking here is for a buy trade. Around here I have my major demand zone here, but once market break through this structure, came back for a retest in a very major demand zone coupled with my Fibonacci, I took this trade and then boom, that was it. So the same thing happens here. See, still trend line, market breakthrough structure, came back, boom. So that is how it is. So I always consider trend line. So like this current market, as you can see, there's a major trend line here. Let me extend this a bit. So we just this alone should tell you that this market is an uptrend, because it is creating a whole lot of higher highs and higher lows until this level is being broken. Market pass through this level, then you can consider this sell structure being broken. But once it is still creating a level of higher highs and then higher lows, then the uptrend still continues. So whenever you are looking for a setup, you just go and be looking out for what? A buy trade. Most people who think they are trading demand and supply, they don't consider this. All they do is they just see a demand zone, they hop onto the market and they feel, and then they are complaining that what is happening. No, over here we follow the footprint of the banks. So since we are following the footprint of the banks, we usually follow what they do. I will show you guys how to follow the footprint of the bank, how to identify a bank move, how to draw these supply zones and then demand zones later. But for now, I want you to take a look out for my strategy, which is the bank trading strategy. Yeah. So as I speak to you, so this trend line is still on the uptrend, right? So until market break through this trend line, we consider this market as an uptrend market. So let me play this market for us to see. So As you can see, market is still an uptrend, so whenever you want to look for a buy trade, it is valid. But whenever you see any supply zone around this level, you ignore it, because it is what, still an uptrend. So structure is more important here. Good. So as you can see now, over here there is a clear indication that market has broken through this structure. Market just break through this structure, so our sell structure is now what, our buy structure is now what, invalidated. So over here all you'll be looking out is what, a sell structure. So bank trader, all you need to do is what, to draw your zone, which is around here. So like I said, if you don't know how to draw your zone, all these zones, you can join one of my classes. I have a whole lot of tutorials showing you all these basic stuff. One of these days I might upload it on my YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Okay, so I just draw my zone. So over here, because market has broken through a structure, all I'll be waiting is to sell my pair around there. Good. So I can just write something like sell here. Sorry. So I can just use this as my what, sell zone. So here is sell zone. So sell zone, because what, a buy structure has been what, broken, and then a new demand, a new supply zone being created. So all I'll be waiting here is to what, sell whenever market gets back here. You know, remember our breakout and a retest strategy. Market usually comes back for a retest whenever it breaks through a major trend line or a major support or resistance. So over here we are not trading based on support or resistance, but it is just helping us with our structure. So we just drew our supply zone here. Now it is now our sell zone. All you'll be waiting for market to hit here. Once it is in line with the trend, coupled with your sales edges, which I'll be teaching that soon, then you pull the trigger. I hope you understand me. So let's play the market and let's see what happens. So market is going up and down, trying to see if it can break through. So I think market is in the zone, right? So we can take a sell position here. So a sell position at the entry of this market, then we can extend our take profits to the nearest resistance or support. So over here you see this was a major resistance zone that became a support. So we want to use that major area as our take profit, and then our risk reward ratio is what, 1:4, which is very nice. The least risk reward ratio I take per trade is 1:3. So this is okay. So after placing this trade, all you need is patience. So trade may go into positive, comes back to your entry, go, but until your take profit is hit, you don't leave the market. I hope you understand me. Good. So that is it. So first market hit take profits. First market hit take profits. Sorry. So the first market, let's hit our take profits. Good. So the take profit has been hit. So you see how lovely it is. Structure, mark, so until, so now let me pause the market again and then draw another structure. Let me pause the market again and then see. So market is now going up, so I have to draw a structure to see. So this is another trend line. I hope you understand me. Market has break through this level and it is going high. Now I won't just consider this market that it has changed trend just because of this trend line, but I will consider the high of this market, which is here. This is the high of this market. If this market is able to create a new higher high, meaning if it's able to break this structure, then I can say that now market is no more selling, or market is no more what to the downside, but it's now going to the upside. So once this market break through this structure, then I can consider that the market is going to the upside. So let's see. So all you need is patience until there is a clear setup. You don't enter into the market. I hope you understand me. Until so this is so clear. As you can see, this is so clear. There is a clear breakout of this resistance level, so meaning that market is now creating a new level of higher high. So we are still what going back to our main trend, which is what the uptrend. So whenever you are taking trade, you only take trade based on this uptrend, meaning that whenever you see any sell structure, you eliminate it, but when you see a buy structure, you take it. I hope you understand me. So looking at here, those who know how to draw supply and demand zone, all you need to do is to just take this as your proximal and then distal line. Perfect. So this will be now your proximal and distal line, and you can name this as a market that you will need to what buy. So you can write something like buy zone. Perfect. So whenever market gets there, once it meets all your 6 edges, you pull the trigger. I hope you understand me. I know most of you will be asking, what are the 6 edges? 6 edges. Don't worry, I'm going to teach you one of these days. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. One of these days, I'm going to reveal to you. These are secrets I tell only my students. I teach only my students. But one of these days, I am going to teach you. So let's see what happens to the market. So market is now going up and down, up and down. You see, it can take you days, hours, minutes for market to get to your zone. So you don't need to be taking trade. You don't need to be thinking like a retail trader who always wants to take every big move of the market. Whatever he sees, whenever he see market going up, he tries to take trade. Market is coming down, tries to take trade. No, in our world of forex, we want to follow the footprint of the bank. So we only wait when these banks are taking their trade, then we can now what follow them. As you can see, market has now entered into our what sell into our buy territory. I hope you understand me. Market is still uptrend. So what do? We now what take trade, calculate our risk reward ratio. Since calculate our risk reward ratio, here stop loss should always be what below your zone. I think this one is okay. So let me see, the risk to reward ratio is about 1:3.9, almost 1:4. It's okay. So this is a good trade you can take, right? So let me play it and see how market is going to respect it. So as you can see, market is what in positive, now back to negative, almost hits our stop loss. Oh, I think we let me adjust the stop loss a bit because of this level of what support. So I always tell my students you should give a breathing space for the markets, because sometimes the market might hunt some of the stop losses of the retail traders. So I didn't actually adjust my stop loss. Even if I should adjust it here, the risk to reward ratio still remain 3.6, so it is still good to go. So I think my stop loss should be what, below this resistance level. I hope you understand me. So let's see how the market plays out with this. So we took this trade. I gave out this setup to my students. Those who knew how to do this, they took advantage and made money. So this was so simple, very nice and accurate. So as you can see, trade has just hit our take profit so nicely. Trade just hit the take profit. So this was the second trade I took, right? So first, second trade. Okay, so let's see the third one. The third one was when another structure, when market break through another structure, which was around here. This was a level of what? A level of what? Resistance. I hope you understand. This was a level of what? Resistance. So until market breakthrough, so creating a different what? A new what? Higher highs. So telling you that this market is likely to go more up. So this was the current trade I gave you guys yesterday. I gave it out on my Instagram channel. Those who watch the video update, I gave this trade. And then my mentorship page, let me see, I think I gave this, I made a simple video on this on my mentorship page. Oh, these guys are killing it here. These guys are killing it here. Wow. These guys are killing it here. Wow. These guys are killing it here. Wow. 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 Let me go back and see. So I think I gave this trade. Okay, so this was a trade setup. Perfect. I think this was yesterday. So yesterday around 6:30, I gave this setup here on this Eurusd, right? So this was the entry, the stop loss, risk to reward ratio 1:8. So let's go back to our trade. So let's continue. So let us draw our demand zone here. So over here you can draw your demand zone. So over here you can draw your demand zone like this. So let's see. So this was the market that came through into the demand zone, gave you a very nice reversal candlestick, very nice entry. If you know this, you know. So this is a current market, current situation of the market. We want to take this trade with a very good risk to reward ratio. I'm trying to calculate the risk to reward ratio. It was actually 8. Good. So this was the risk to reward ratio, 1:8 trades. Yeah. So I gave this, right? So this was the current market As we speak now, I'm still holding this trade almost to my TP. Trade is almost to my TP. Yeah. So this is it. This is it. This is it. Boom. So this trade is almost to my TP. I've closed almost 90% of my trade awaiting TP. Yeah. So this is literally how I bank those trades that you see, like the candles. How did he do it? How did he do that? You see, so Euro USD, I've measured Euro USD back to back to back to back to back to back to back. In fact, guys, you must know your favorites. Know your favorites and then catch it whenever it is. Thank you very much for your time. Peeps, if you are new to this channel, just like I said, hit the subscribe button because I'm going to blow your mind with amazing stuffs.